Hi and welcome to this tutorial for Elektronika. In this video I'll be showing you how you can use software MIDI devices with Elektronika. In order to do this there are a couple of prerequisites. The first thing you need is a virtual MIDI cable, which allows you to connect your software MIDI device to Elektronika without having to use a physical MIDI cable and an audio interface. The two free ones that I know of are Loop BE1 and Loop MIDI. The main difference between these two is that Loop MIDI allows you to create multiple virtual MIDI cables, whereas Loop BE creates only one. I've got a link to the download page for both below. For this video, I'll be using Loop MIDI. Download and install it, and then run it. A window will open, and an icon will appear in the system tray area, next to the clock at the bottom right of the desktop. At the bottom of the Loop MIDI window, these buttons allow you to add or remove a port, and this one allows you to mute and unmute the port. For now, we just need one port, so I'll leave everything here as it is. You can close this window. If you want to reopen it, just double-click the tray icon, or right-click and select Configure. You can also set Loop MIDI to auto-start when Windows starts by selecting Auto-Start from this menu. The other thing you'll need is a software MIDI device. Again, there are two free ones that I know of, Virtual Keys and Mouse Keyboard. There are a few differences between the two. The main ones are Virtual Key lacks the program change functionality and doesn't allow the creation of rotary knobs to send control change messages. Mouse Keyboard does have these features, however it has a limited velocity simulation compared to Virtual Keys. I put links to the download pages for both below. For this video I'll be using Mouse Keyboard. Mouse Keyboard is a very simple on-screen MIDI keyboard. The first thing we need to do is go to the MIDI Out menu here at the top and select Loop MIDI so that the MIDI generated by Mouse Keyboard is sent to Loop MIDI from Mouse Keyboard. Now in Elektronika, we need to open the Properties dialog box and select Loop MIDI as our MIDI in device. I'm also going to set the preset channel to listen for program change events on to all, which allows us to switch between Elektronika presets using Mouse Keyboard. Once this is done, you can map MIDI events from Mouse Keyboard in the same manner as you would a physical device, which I demonstrated in the previous tutorial. There are a couple of features of Mouse Keyboard that I'll draw your attention to. The first is the ability to send program change messages. As I mentioned before, you can use program change messages to load presets in Elektronika. I've already created a few presets. The first looks like this, the second like this, and the third like this. In Mouse Keyboard, note that the programs start at 1, but in Elektronika, presets start at 0. In order to fix this, go to the Options menu in Mouse Keyboard and select Settings. Now untick first program number as 1 and press OK. You'll see that the program number now starts at 0, which will save a lot of confusion later on. In order to switch from one preset to another, you can press these arrow buttons here on the program selector. If you want to go from one preset to another without loading the intermediate ones, so for example from preset 2 to preset 0, you can enter the program number directly into this box. When you do this, rather than pressing the Enter key, which causes a sound for some reason, I recommend pressing the Tab key instead. As a side note, you can add additional rotary knobs to Mouse Keyboard by going to the Knobs menu at the top here and selecting Setup. Then increase the knob count as desired and set the controller number appropriately. By default, keys in Mouse Keyboard have a velocity of 100. You can change this by going to the Options menu at the top here and then selecting Settings. Under the Playing tab, you can select the desired velocity. You can also send key presses with an alternate velocity by holding Shift when you click a key. You can set the alternate velocity here. As I mentioned in the previous video, when you map a velocity-sensitive key to a rotary slider or control in Elektronika, the value of the velocity is used to set the value of the control when active. So for example, if I map this C note to this rotary control here, you'll see that when I start to play the note, the rotary control goes to the value of 100 out of 127. If I play this note while holding shift, you'll see that it goes to the alternate velocity of 60, giving the rotary control a value of 60 out of 127. Right, that's all for this video. In the next video, I'll be going over using a digital audio editing software package to control Elektronika via MIDI. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below or on the Facebook group, and subscribe to my channel for more Elektronika videos. Thanks for watching.